Welcome to Ramp and Splash, the gaming channel of laughing, learning, absurdity, and skill building. We are here with episode 13 of the Final Fantasy voicing and commentary series. I'm here with Chris. Last time we finished Disc 1, and what a dramatic finish. Squall got iced. You know what I mean?
Yep.
All right, and with that pun, let's
Boom.
let's go right into it.
It's very like a throwback to have these games on multiple discs and stuff.
Yeah.
I think 7 was on 3 discs. This is on 4. 9 was on 4.
Yeah, you don't get that with the Steam remastered versions, do you?
Right.
Huh?
They always did have like a big dramatic beat
Yep.
at the end of a disc, though. I mean, there's some really memorable cliffhangers.
It's kind of like I've been watching Star Trek, both Deep Space Nine and the original series, and gosh, they really hit those commercial breaks hard with the dramatic moments and the crescendoing music. Sometimes they'd throw in drama just to get that beat right before the commercial. Huh? Me? What's this person look like?
He was wearing funny clothes. He's talking to Rain right now.
Is he at the pub?
Yo, that's why I came over to get you, Uncle Laguna. Am I a good girl?
No, you're not. You'll be out there by yourself. What if a monster comes and attacks you?
It's only next door. It's okay.
It's still dangerous. And since you're such a cute little girl, the monsters will especially be after you. They'll catch you and then they'll suck all your blood out. If anything like that should happen, Uncle Laguna's gonna cry.
I'll be okay. I'll just call you Uncle Laguna. You'll come rescue me, right?
Hey, alone, wait! So
Already putting crayon on all his walls.
yeah. So this is the scene that you get when you boot up Disc 2. It goes straight from the sorceress and her final spell, straight to Laguna waking up in a village that's been shot up with machine guns.
Oh, God, yeah.
Dear Alone's father and mother, Alone's been a good girl today. Right?
Yeah.
Alone, now's your chance.
Chance.
It was the tiniest animation. That was a 5-pixel sprite. Just. You understand, Alone? Now go to your room and play. So I made an executive decision here with the voice acting that this is the region that Laguna originally comes from, where they have the southern twang. So this is maybe not this town, but this region is where that southern twang comes from, and it tracks because it is a land that was conquered by Galbadia.
Yeah.
Too bad.
It's been a while, Laguna. Gyros! He's Uncle Laguna's friend. He dresses funny, yes, but he's not a bad guy.
You dress funny, but you're a good guy, right?
I like how in just 2 minutes they've established Laguna as being the fun, bad idea, like uncle.
Yeah. But he is protecting Elone from the dangerous monsters. Hey, how long has it been? You know, our grand escape from Centra. That was, one would usually call that being chased out. I thought so. Well, I would say about a year or so. I was bedridden for over 6 months. Seemed like every bone in my body was in pieces. I nursed him back to health. Thank you for taking good care of Laguna. I was able to recover in about a month or so. Ever since then, I've been searching for you. Why? After leaving the army, well, just killing time, I guess. Life's pretty boring without you as my entertainment, Laguna. That's a harsh thing to say. I've been living a productive life here. I think I understand what you mean, though. So, what do you want to know?
The voice acting is good here because it's hard.
How's Ward doing?
The southern drawl kind of
Luckily,
contrasts pretty sharply with Kiros's accent because his enunciation is really sharp.
Yes. Yeah, I'm imagining it. It's not a real accent. It's kind of a cross between sort of an island Caribbean accent and an Indian accent. He never got his voice back. You could basically tell what he wants from his facial expressions. So, what do you want to know? Let's see. How's Julia doing? I don't know. You mean Julia, the singer? That's right. Laguna really admired her and always frequented the nightclub. Shut up. So what if I did? Julia used to sing at a nightclub? No, she didn't sing. She just played the piano. Then the first song she released was Eyes on Me. How does that song go? You don't know? Well, you never let me hear it. I didn't think you listened to music. The song's about being in love. I really like it. Heard she recently got married. Oh yeah, to some army general, right? General Caraway or something?
Yikes.
What? Oh, God.
Was I saying last time that I really want to know General Caraway's story? I think we're going to get more of it.
Young military officer marries a pop star, has a rebellious daughter with her. Caraway comforted her while she was feeling down. That's how they got to know each other. So she didn't wait for the soldier to come back. So what? Yo, who cares?
She traded up. It's fine.
Ain't that right, El? Right. Uncle Laguna and Rain are... Ah! Okay, enough talk about this. Let's see. I think the fairies are here today.
So
Fairies?
this is where the first time I think we've acknowledged, or Laguna has acknowledged, the presence of Squall.
Yes.
And the player, right?
Forward to the battles. That's right. So, what do you want to know? Let's talk later. Time to do some work. Okay.
I do like that there is always at least one way for the player to acknowledge to the game and ask a question about what's going on here in these flashbacks.
Yeah. Right. I forget who. I think it's Irvin. I think Irvin is Kyros right now, or he's inhabiting Kyros' spirit or whatever. And this is the first time that Irvin has one of those moments. I could be wrong though.
There's a fishbowl on the table in the corner there that is animated for really no other reason. Just kind of doing its thing.
It's lovely. It's really lovely.
Oh, so you have to kind of guess, right? Like,
yeah, and actually, this is me trying to figure out based on compatibility.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, this person has no compatibility with any of them. And so then I'm like, it's probably Irvin.
Yeah. What are the effects of compatibility again? Is it just the speed of summoning, or does it do anything else?
I don't know if it does anything else. For sure it does that. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have looked at his magic. And right here, I know it's Irvin because he's only got 2 spells.
Yeah. That's all right. We got there by any means.
We got there, yeah. So, Chris, one of the things that I think that this section of the game does is, and actually all of the
you never know what a country ruled by a sorceress could be up to.
All of these Laguna scenes do is sort of as decrease the rising tension, right? So you have the world coming towards a world war, right? And then the tension gets like hits a peak at the end of disc 1. Could not be more tense, could not be more action packed. And then immediately it drops us back to Country Village. And then starts to escalate again from there. I wonder if you have any thoughts about rising tension and pacing in video games.
I mean, in general, like in fiction and stuff, it's a hard balance, right? Because you don't want immediate payoff, because then there's nothing pulling the reader or player through it as much, but engagement gets diminished. But you also don't want to lead them along too long, or they could get bored. So I think so far it seems pretty good, right? Like these segments are just often enough and just short enough that they offer a sort of,
come on, guys, you could kill some monsters.
Break in the rising tension.
Yeah.
They also contextualize the setting a little bit.
Give me a break, guys.
Because the traditional way of a Final Fantasy style game to give you the setting is you have to go to all the places. You go to this village, you learn something about the world. You go to this village, you learn something about the world. You go to that village. And this gives us the sprawling narrative about the world that's happening while you're hyper-focused on world politics.
I think they're looking for a successor to Sorceress Adale, the ruler of Esthar. If they come back here again, I'm sure it'll be alone this time.
Okay, maybe we should pause it there, because that was some information.
Yeah.
Did you catch all of that?
Yes. And so do we know if what that guy is saying and what Laguna is saying is true, or if because it sounds like propaganda, right?
Yes, it very well could be.
The Huns from Esthar are kidnapping children. That sounds like bullcrap, but
it's also the first time we've heard the name Adele.
Yes.
Because the sorceress that we met is Adia, and she said that I'm the one who's been killing your people for centuries. And then here this guy is talking about Adele. So are there two sorceresses?
Right.
Is this across time?
We know the Sorceress War, and it was 18 years ago from the present. And we know this isn't the present. So
I think at this point we figured it out, but technically we haven't been told that it's not the.
I think we have enough pieces of the puzzle here that the player can kind of infer.
Yeah. But so is it the same sorceress or not? Is the Sorceress War two sorcerers? I don't know if you can see I'm doing bunny gestures. Two bunnies fighting. Are they the two sorceresses?
Right.
Were they both conquering different parts of the world? Or are they successors to one another?
Right.
And why in the heck would they be hunting little girls? And why alone?
Right. It is pretty weird that there's like monsters in the square.
Well, he jibes with the soldier. He's like, you guys can kill monsters too. And it's like, I'm not getting paid to do that.
Yeah. Listen, they count my bullets, so
they count my bullets. Oh god.
And I mean, the game at least has an in-fiction explanation for it, right? It's the very first conversation you have in this segment. It's like him talking to Alone, saying, "Hey, listen, this monster is right outside the door."
Yeah.
He's not joking. He's not just trying to scare a 4-year-old for no reason.
Nope, they are literally right outside the door.
You're looking at the Monster Hunter of Windhill. So, as of today, you will be my assistant. We're to patrol the town.
There's gotta be something over there. No.
Huh?
I would have assumed there was something over there.
Our basic duty.
Oh, are you? I think you're. Did you actually pause the video?
No.
Oh, you didn't. You didn't pause the video.
You mean back
Before.
there?
Yeah.
Yeah, like way before. Yeah.
Oh, so I'm not in the same spot. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
No, that's fine. Let me just. It didn't. The YouTube with friends wasn't working.
Oh. Hang on. I paused it. Let me. I'll send you another link.
Okay. That's fine. I guess maybe we should blur out my. I don't think I have anything incriminating in my bookmarks toolbar.
All right, there's another link in Zoom.
There's another link. Okay. Get in there.
That's weird. So it was working at first, right? Because I hit play at the beginning, and it was.
It lost. I was no longer in the session at that point.
Because I did pause it back, like when you went down to the
right
boat dock.
Right. That's where I mentioned like, oh, we should pause it there to talk about that.
Yeah, that must have been where it came undone.
It didn't pause my thing.
Oh, okay. It did mine.
Right.
All right. So I'm at 16, 17. Do you want to go back? Do you want to?
Oh, you're at 16, 17? No, we're good then. We're good then. Yep. So now if you hit play, it should.
Boom.
Yep. Good. Okay, now we know. We're usually not synced if you try to pause it mid-video.
We're learning.
We're learning.
That's part of the goal, right?
Dude, that's the ramp. That's the ramp in the Ramp and Splash.
You're looking at the Monster Hunter of Windhill.
Oh, that's right.
So, as of today, you will be my assistant. We're to patrol the town up to the town entrance. We see anyone in need along the way, we help them. That's our basic duty.
If we see anyone in need along the way, or there's anything that we can justify killing, we have to kill it. One of the other functions of these segments in this game is that, you know, when you're in the middle of boss fight, plot point, you don't want to stop to draw magic. I do because I'm a draw junkie. But these sections of the game give you an excuse to just sort of putz around and draw as much magic as you want.
Well, and I think each time they happen with different characters.
Yes, that's right.
So it gives you a chance to get people caught up a little bit, which is exactly what you need right now.
Yes.
So. A lot of the way people cheese this game is you have basically 3 sets of magic. You're just piling magic on the same 3 characters or whatever. Early in the game, though, you can't do that much. You can't choose your parties. You kind of have to have, you can take magic from people that aren't in the party, I guess.
Yeah.
Cheese it, but
you can do a full. You can do a full magic exchange where you just take all of the magic that someone has and just dunk it on someone else.
Whoa. That was a lot.
Good draw point.
Oh, it's been quite some time now since you've recovered from your injuries. Well, thanks to everyone in town.
You know who Laguna kind of looks like?
Who's that?
What's his face from The Room?
Tommy Wiseau?
Yes. I'm just reminded of the iconic scene from. You're my favorite customer, Laguna. Hello, doggy.
Hello, doggy. Bye.
And the whole scene is 80-yard for no reason.
Yeah.
Well, because he couldn't mic the, site. It's just, oh my god. I listened to I listened to the most recent episode of How Did This Get Made? And there is like a new challenger for like the 2010s decades The Room.
I think I listened to it. Which movie was it?
Governor Gabby.
Oh, I have not listened to that episode yet.
Holy cow, Glenn.
Yeah.
So you know how the one scene in The Room that we were just talking about, the flower shop scene, the whole thing is 80-yard, so it sounds like really awkward and weird and alien.
Yeah.
The entire movie of Governor Gabby is 80-yard.
Now, did you watch the movie or just listen to the podcast?
No, I just listened to the episode. They were talking about how everyone's dialogue is done through ADR so that everybody looks like they're lip syncing, but it's a native movie. It's like it looks like they're English speaking actors not speaking English.
They just didn't have the budget for a grip.
Microphones, yeah.
Yeah, to hold
They didn't have like boom mics or something. Yeah. So it's just brutal. And the clips they played, oh my god. I told Heather, my wife, we're gonna have to watch it. It's like $2 on Amazon. And she flatly refused. So.
Oh wait, it's on Amazon. We could do a watch party.
Oh hell yeah!
We should tell people we're watching one movie, then send them the link. Just be like, oh yeah, we're watching the new whoever movie.
For it's politics season. To cap off the end of politics season, let's watch a political drama. The premise of the movie is that a college freshman, or maybe sophomore, she's like 20. She already owns and operates a bakery, and is going to school for baking. Going to like a 4-year college for baking, not culinary arts, not food science, baking. And already owns her own business. So what the actual hell? But some weird contrivance causes her to accidentally get elected governor of California. without running. Like, there's like a write-in campaign or something for like somebody else, and she's just given the keys to the governor's mansion.
Okay, that doesn't make any sense at all.
No, none of it makes any sense, and it gets worse from there. It's, yeah, no, every single clip they played in How Did This Get Made was like, I mean, it sounded like the audio from that scene in the
All right.
Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah.
doggy.
Hello, doggy.
Bye. Like, it's just.
Oh God, that's funny.
You mean that woman at the pub?
I watched I attended their live event a few months ago. I have no idea what time it was, but I attended their live event where they did cats. That episode, I'm sure it'll come out within a month or two. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
It's funny. I was listening to this is podcast chat now. I was listening to Unspooled.
Yeah.
And it was an episode from a couple of years ago, and they got to West Side Story. And they were joking about how Amy, the critic, likes musicals, and Paul Scheer doesn't as much.
Yes.
And she's like, "Oh, you're going to change your tune when you see Cats." And she was talking about the new one because it hadn't come out yet.
But it'd be even better if you laugh.
So I can't wait to get to more recent episodes of that and see what she has to say about it.
Jason Mantzoukas is he's often my stand-in. You know how on podcasts you pick someone who is your voice on that podcast, but because they say the things that you think. Like John Lovett is my Pod Save America avatar.
Yes.
Jason Mantzoukas goes on a tirade about how musicals just don't connect with him at all, and he explains in detail. And they spend a lot of time like, no, before we even get into musicals are bad, and here's why. And you can like them, but I hate them, and here's why. And he said all the things that I feel, and it just like my heart went aflutter. I was like, oh, Jason. You spoke from my heart.
Jason Mantzoukas is my boy.
He's so funny. Yeah.
I may be halfway between him and Paul Scheer, because Paul Scheer is like the resident film buff of that trio, right? He's the one that like studies them most. Yes. But
I always take this
he's less skeptical.
Mm-hmm.
June, I think, is usually a little bit fairer.
But, more honest about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just more willing to like a movie.
Yeah.
Right? Like, just kind of suspend disbelief and just say, I'm going to take this movie on its terms. And Jason Mantzoukas is the opposite. He is a little bit more rigid in his thinking. I don't think it's good or bad. It's just it's.
Yeah. Right. I've started so we don't have to talk about Final Fantasy. We're gonna play 50 hours of this game. We don't need to talk about it all the time. So a little podcast chat is fine. I started re-listening to Unspooled. I started with episode 1 of Unspooled. It was 3 years ago, I think. And because I had listened to I had watched most of the AFI Top 100 American Films list.
Yeah.
And listening to their podcast gave me the motivation to finish the list. So I listened to I watched the last 30 movies on the list. But I found that I didn't need to listen to every episode of the podcast. Yeah. Like the West Side Story one, like I don't care for West Side Story. I was in a scene in West Side Story in middle school. did not care for it then. And so there's a bunch of movies that I just don't care for, and I didn't bother to listen. A couple of the movies on the list are train wrecks, though, and I love listening to those episodes. Like, how did this movie come to? They actually answered the question, "How did this get made?" better than the "How did this get made?" podcast, because I actually researched how it got made.
Yeah.
So movies Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? I was like, this is about a train wreck, but it also appears to be kind of a train wreck of a movie.
Yeah.
What happened here?
and like Apocalypse Now and stuff like that.
Oh God, yeah. I think I listened to that one. But now they've finished the AFI Top 100 list, and they've moved on to just doing themes. Yep. So in October they did 4 horror movies. So today I was listening to Frankenstein.
They were doing back to school movies before that.
Yes.
Where they did like Stand and Deliver and stuff like that. Not Stand and Deliver.
The problem with that was that a lot of those back to school movies weren't on streaming, and I like to watch I like to watch the movie first.
Yeah. That's hard because I mean most of the AFI Top 100 are either old enough or prestigious enough that they're carried at least in one place, if not several.
That's right.
I do remember when because I discovered Unspooled really recently, like right as they were starting the new season. And one of the first episodes of that was a movie Heather and I just watched. I had seen it before, but she had not. It's not Stand and Deliver, but maybe it is. It's the one with Edward James Olmos as the teacher.
Yeah,
in like an inner city school.
Is it Stand By Me or Stand and Deliver? One of the two.
I think it's Stand. It is Stand and Deliver. I think I'm just psyching myself out about the name. But anyway, he won an Oscar for it. It's legit. But that was on Netflix. But I started seeing some of the other ones. And, whoa, we have not seen that before.
Yeah, he's now berserked, so he can only attack, and he will attack a random opponent.
Oh, but he's doing more damage though, so that does answer one of my earlier questions from another episode. But I didn't know if you listened to How Did This Get Made or any of that stuff earlier. So when I found Unspooled through that, I think I texted you and said, hey, you did basically the same thing. You were watching all the AFI Top 100. You should listen to this podcast. And you were probably like, I'm 2 years ahead of you, dude.
I mean, I want the heads up. I wanted if you hadn't sent me the heads up, we'd have a problem. But yeah, I started with episode 1 because I was... Yeah.
I was... I don't know. I was hooked on that podcast from the beginning, though, because I've been listening to it in order. And I haven't skipped any episodes, but I have kind of like tuned out of some of them. Yep. That doesn't... I mean, it sounds bad, but like... some of the movies if I've seen a movie and I don't like it, then I'll kind of let it just wash over me or whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
Or if I really disliked a movie, oh, there it is.
Mug! We got mug! We've got mug sign!
If I really disliked a movie and near the beginning of the episode, if I hear one or both of them really liked it, then I might focus more and just try to like...
Because you want to know why they were thinking their way. Yeah.
And I think early on in that podcast, I think Amy took a lot of heat for Titanic. She really unironically likes Titanic and thinks it's a great film.
Yeah.
And I don't even think it should be on the list. And I'm not just saying that because I was like a teenage dude when that movie came out. Like, I don't think it's a good movie.
So I had a similar trajectory. I never saw it when it came out because I was in high school and I hated all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I never watched it, and then I started hearing Amy said that it was a good movie. And then I was listening to other movie podcasts and other podcasts in general where they're like, I went back and watched Titanic and it holds up. It's really good. And so I'm like, am I wrong? Am I wrong? I've never seen it. So I watched it. I watched it over Christmas break this past year.
Did you like it?
No, it's terrible. It's a terrible movie. And I tried to have an open mind because people I respect like it.
Right. Like Amy. I mean, I respect Amy's opinion. She's a professional critic.
She's one of my favorite movie critics. A lot. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I don't.
This seems like a really nice town.
I don't get it.
Right about this place first.
I could not find the good in there.
No.
And I really wanted to.
I can't make this place famous. Too much publicity.
And I'm not even somebody that's gonna dismiss James Cameron out of hand because he's like a blockbuster director or whatever.
Yeah.
I think there's other James Cameron movies you should put on that list before Titanic.
Yeah.
Honestly, like Aliens, Terminator. Is Terminator on that list? Or Terminator 2? If neither of those movies is on the AFI Top 100 and Titanic is, I mean, I quit.
For certain, Alien is.
Alien.
Ridley Scott,
yeah.
right?
But Aliens is not, and that I'm fine with that.
I think you're right.
But one of the first two Terminator movies should be on the list.
Aliens is still better than Titanic.
Well, yeah.
And Terminator 2 is probably the best of the movies of all of them.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, I don't know. I'm not totally down on James Cameron. It's just I don't. This is Titanic chat now. Titanic was 45 minutes too long. That's like half a normal movie's length too long. They even say in the episode, the movie is really plot light. That there's not really a lot going on. There's like a lot of characters, and you get like one little hook for each like side character to like follow them to the end.
So I gotta say, the one thing that
tragically or whatever.
Yeah, the one thing that I did like about it, it kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy VIII, is that there are so many sparks of flavor.
Yeah.
I can't stand his snoring, and he talks in his
like right now we're learning that not Julia. Ooh, that's the ex-girlfriend. Rain is trying to talk herself out of being Laguna's girlfriend because of all these reasons, but she obviously likes him.
Yeah.
But you get that in Titanic. There's all these characters, and they really give you a sense of like a faux 19 teens culture. Like I don't know how accurate it is, but it gives you a sense of like what the world was like. There's a lot of world building.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
That was the one thing that I did like about it.
Oh, it makes me so mad.
Oh. Oops.
Oh, it makes me so mad.
Yeah, sometimes I assume one person is continuing talking, and it's definitely not.
So I've been reading A Wrinkle in Time with Willow.
Yeah.
And I do voices and stuff, and we got to the point in the book where you meet the big bad, like this like creepy guy is like sitting there and he's got red eyes and he tries to hypnotize them and stuff. And the first time he speaks, it's this big reveal. It's like
I came back in
boss battle music or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just went ahead and gave him like this mean gravelly voice, and then
Here's my report.
He says a sentence of dialogue, and the dialogue tag is, or the very next sentence of narration is, his voice was smooth and kind in a way that surprised me. Like the protagonist.
Yeah,
I'm like,
oh, that's so
cool.
good.
I did it.
That is so good.
A for effort, though.
I'm doing very similar things periodically in here, though, where I think, like, ooh, it makes me so mad sounds like the little girl, right?
Yeah.
It's the mom. Oh, no, it's not actually her mom. I should clarify.
Yeah.
Rain is an adoptive mother.
Yeah.
Let's all eat together.
And that's kind of the I don't know, sadness, the anxiety of this whole segment is you get the impression all over this town that there's a lot of screwed up families. And the war has really taken a toll on this town.
Yeah. It's mostly empty, right?
Right.
We've met three people who still live in the village, plus these two. And some soldiers.
Laguna lives in a house that is shot full of machine gun holes. Yeah. And is otherwise unoccupied. So.
And it seems to we're starting to get the hint that this will connect back to Squall and his background, and we don't know how yet. And I'm not even sure I know how if they reveal it all later. But there's this impression that this kind of orphaning was happening all over the place, and you get orphans like Squall who have no one to turn to because of this war.
Right. So you've started using Mug, and you just got a spider web from that thing, and
you know what?
your like item production is going to triple here.
Yes.
Like this is bananas.
I also find out in the next episode that spider webs refine into like 20 slows.
Yikes.
Part of the reason that I don't listen to podcasts like Unspooled often.
Time for a little break.
Oh, here we go. Drama's gonna start.
Yeah, now.
Very briefly, is that there's a lot of information and it can kind of blow your mind, and like I start thinking and it gets me activated and it blows my mind and I'm just like, whoa!
Scared of waking up somewhere else?
That's just kind of a lot. It's a lot of emotional labor.
Scared of not seeing rain? What happened to me? I feel... What is this I'm feeling? Oh, please let it be this room when I wake up.
Oh, man.
Please let it be in this puny bed when I wake up. Laguna, you've changed.
It's so creepy because it implies the inverse is happening to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is this like weird connection these two have to sleep, that the loss of consciousness is how they connect to each other.
Welcome back, Zell. The dream.
Yeah, and people
That's
keep
what she calls it,
mentioning
the dream world, right?
Yeah, she calls it the dream world, but people also keep mentioning dreams as metaphors for other things. It's a theme through the game.
I don't know. I didn't see him. It's not like I know everything about Ward, but
it's really hard to switch into Zell's voice from Laguna's.
Went to that Centra place and got into a real fix, right?
Here, I'm starting to warm up into Zell.
Yeah. He's back in California again.
He's at least, yeah.
He's working in some kind of prison-like place. And he's bored out of his mind. All he wants is to be fighting alongside Laguna. So, what is this we're experiencing? How the hell should I know? Well, since we're prisoners, shouldn't we be trying to break out of here?
I love his way of connecting with people is to just plunk down
Sit
next to them.
in front of them, yeah.
Prison?
Because Squall would just stand there looming over them.
Yeah, arms folded, tapping a finger.
Turned slightly away from them.
Yeah.
Sure, he's a soldier there.
These Jinko jeans are for sitting. That's what they're gonna do.
I wonder what happened to Squall. Did they bring him here too?
Oh my god. So, speaking of dreams, I just started reading Sandman again for like the fourth time.
Yeah.
God, it's really good, huh?
I do that every 3 or so years, and
Yeah.
every time I'm like, God damn it, how did you... I think at this point we're older than Neil Gaiman was when he wrote those, and that kind of pisses me off too.
Yeah. It's like, how did you do this?
Where did this insight come from, you jerk?
The vignette at the beginning of the second book, like the second trade, the one about the like ancient African city and like Nada's mistake, like that whole thing.
There's so many.
You just read just that one issue and you're just like, how do you do this? You're just killing me, Neil Gaiman.
I really want whenever I try to write fiction, I always make characters that are very likable, and that's also when we used to play role-playing games. I always make characters that are very likable, and it says something about me and my desire to be likable, and like, I would make these ancient vengeful gods very friendly, likable, understandable people, and he does do that in some issues with some characters, but that issue is where he's like, no, 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 no. This is an ancient, vengeful, unknowable, vindictive son of a bitch. And he's your main character.
Right. Well, and that's the problem, is that he is...
Who the hell is that guy, Irvin?
Inhuman and ancient and whatever, but he's making a human mistake for just a moment. And somebody else is going to pay for it forever. And that sucks. But that's, I mean, that's Gaiman's whole thing, right? It's not just in Sandman, it's in like American Gods and basically everything.
Well, and if you read, mythology, it tracks.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Is he is a student of mythology and folklore and stuff, and it's like that's the way stories always end. It's like,
wait, I just want and that's how I know I couldn't write that, is because I want all my characters to be selfie. I want them to be a little psycho, but like very understandable and like fun and likable.
Yeah.
I would even have trouble writing a cipher.
Dream is still pretty likable sometimes.
Yeah.
You just have to like compartmentalize things. Certain things he does and decisions and things. Understand that he's not human. As long as you do that, then...
Right. Well, and when you write for someone over centuries, they get to be lots of different people. And I think that's also what's happening here, is that they took the old adage, where do you want your character to end up? At the beginning of the story, make them the exact opposite, right? So Squall is going through an arc here, and he has to start as aloof as humanly possible to get to being a connected, loving human being on the other end.
Yeah, we kept quipping earlier on about how, like, mean he is. I mean, he's aloof at best and just outright callous at worst. Like,
what?
But
what was that noise?
There's a point where that will become an issue, and we started seeing who it will be.
It's the sound of your friends being bullshit.
Yes, totally.
What? What do you mean? Shut up! Don't screw around with me. You understand who's in charge here? I'm asking you a question. Oof. Stop! Oh, I almost forgot.
Oh, God.
Hey, man. Is there a Renoir with you? I'm Renoir. Oh, alright. Then come over here. What are you doing to Renoir, you bastard? Stop it already. Stop. I'll go.
They're doing a pretty good job depicting fascists here, huh?
Yep.
I'll be fine. Let's go.
It's honestly, watching it now, it's more striking than when I was playing the game. I mean, I was worried about doing the voice acting, but like, I've played this game 4 or 5 times, and it's only striking me now as an observer how shocking that is.
Squall, you are pitiful.
Oof.
Take him away.
Oh, weird.
Okay. That's a bad reveal. Those guys show up and then it fades to black and you're like,
Did 2 Pokemon just come in?
Yes! What are these things? What are they doing here? Do they listen to Cypher? What?
What do you want? Tell me what seed is. Idea demands to know. Seed. A code name for Balam Garden's elite mercenary force. Seed. Combat specialists. Don't you already know? I'm not a seed. There must be some kind of secret you're given when you become a seed. There's nothing. Even if there were, do you really think I'd tell you? Oh, Squall, you are on my tough nut to crack list. I didn't think you'd talk that easily. Oh, geez, I'm honored. So, here's a little something for you. Ah! Well, even if you don't talk, others will. The instructor, the little messenger girl, or the chicken wuss. I don't think he'd last 3 seconds.
That's probably true.
Yeah. They're all here. Oh, you bet. But since I like you so much, I thought you should go first. I was hoping you'd be there, Squall. So, how did I look in my moment of triumph? My childhood dream fulfilled. I've become the sorceress's knight. Sorceress's knight. His romantic dream. Cypher, now you're just a torturer. What did you say? Passed out cold, huh? This is the scene where you swear your undying hatred for me. Okay, Cypher's officially off the farm. He's lost the plot. He is acting out a movie. What the fuck? Don't disappoint me now.
Because it makes sense up to this point. I mean, even to this point, like, his behavior is really extreme, and he's like kind of mustache twirling supervillain kind of zone. But so he was a bully before, but he also had these insecurities, and Idea solves them.
Yeah.
So, but she hasn't solved him being a bully. So now like,
yeah.
What was that noise? You again. Damn him, that numbskull. I'll stop him. Yo, who the fuck do you think you are? Big meanie. Stop that. You'll regret those words.
There's a moment here that's really funny, if I remember correctly.
So mean.
Yeah.
Because all their weapons have been taken away, right?
Yes. Yes. Except Zelda. Yeah. Well, yeah.
But Zelda doesn't use weapons. And it's usually like a thing. You know, there's like always a jailbreak in these kinds of games, right?
Yeah. Sure.
They would just kind of like assume like, oh no, nobody has weapons, so nobody can do anything. But this one goes a little bit differently. There's going to be a point where,
yeah,
that's realized.
Well, also, it's a little it's a little weird that Zell is the only one who realizes that he can fight unarmed, because like
Right.
they're killing machines. Okay,
You think
we know
you're
Quistis
right.
is good with a turret gun, but
Yeah.
she probably also knows how to throw a punch, right? They got to take jujitsu classes at least.
The missiles targeted for the garden are ready to launch.
Yikes.
Excellent.
Do not like.
Yep.
The Lamb Garden is to be destroyed on charges of training seeds to oppose the sorceress. What? It's a pity, really. I grew up there too.
I mean, honestly, I'm not surprised at this.
No.
Tried to assassinate the sorceress.
No. No. After the garden's gone, the seed hunt will begin. I'll be Adia's bloodhound and hunt down every one of your kind.
This is a little bit of they're obviously doing some Star Wars fan service here.
It'll be fun, Squall. Don't die on me yet.
Although this predates episode 3 by several years,
Yeah.
it's doing the end of episode 3 better than the end of episode 3.
Well, they had yes, true. They had already established what happens though before that.
Well, yeah.
We all knew that Darth Vader hunted down the Jedi one by one.
Right.
Don't mess with me. Adia says you know something, now spit it out. Talk. What is seed all about?
So when
Aren't we mercenaries from Balam Garden? Special forces? Yeah, so? I don't know anything. Why do you keep asking me?
I was in a mood that morning. Just let me die.
That second response is probably more common, and the reason torture is a terrible idea
Does
and
not.
doesn't actually work, even on a utilitarian, like, operational level. It doesn't garner actionable intelligence.
That's
like
right.
99% of the time. It's garbage for idiots, basically.
There was I read a story, don't know if it's true, but it was someone in the Spanish Inquisition type era who figured that out. But he did it he had to confirm his results. So he tortured a lot of people and he made them say a lot of things to prove that like it didn't work.
Watch him.
He did a whole bunch more torturing just to see. But he did, and he published his results, and torturing went steeply downhill after that.
What do we do? Just stay here? We'll get tortured for sure.
She's not wrong.
We can't just sit here. We have to think of a way to escape. Well, anyone got a plan?
I don't know, Zell.
We could skin this little guy and wear him out.
Isn't she great? She's the best.
She's the most sociopathic person in the group.
Yeah.
Are you kidding, though?
Doesn't sound like you are.
Well, we can't rely on magic here, so we have to go with weapons. We have to get them back somehow. Weapons. My weapons are these fists of mine. I could do some serious damage even without weapons. It's up to me, baby. Let me go. I'll get the weapons back. Oh, yeah. You worked here as ward, so you know the place. Not really. All Ward did was mop the floors.
That was good voice acting.
Thanks. It's fun because so far in the game, all of the inner dialogue you've had has been squalls. This is like the first time you get inner, or Laguna.
I hope this works. Guard! Guard! We need some help! Open the door! What's the problem? The women are unconscious. I think a snake bit them.
The guard is very incredulous.
rightfully so.
A snake? Are you kidding me?
Oh, Christ.
Huh? You want to go too? Well, I guess.
They know English.
Get in the way.
What the fuck are these things?
Somebody called him a Moomba, right?
Yeah. And it's like, I almost think they should have been Moogles. Like, this game should have Moogles.
Does this game not have Moogles? I don't think it does.
They appear as icons and things.
Okay.
There's a Moogle card in the card game, I think.
Look at these. Seed weapons. Is this what they call a gunblade?
Yeah, you should hold it up to your face.
Check it out. Oh, God.
You and the Skippy. Yo, I'm here to reclaim these. Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, man. Geez, you better hope this one's a quick one.
So Zell can't use magic, but he's still junctioned. So he's still hitting pretty hard.
He's also a lot faster than these guys, too. That's a blessing.
Oh, good hit.
Piece of cake, baby.
The little guy is like
Yeah, he's just like dancing on him.
exercising some frustration on this guard.
Do they work there? Are they getting paid? Are they like Oompa Loompas?
Well, that's the thing, is like two of them hauled Squall in, right?
Grabbing my leg.
Yeah.
But then this one like
Are they
ran afoul of the guards, so they threw him in a cell. So like,
Laguna.
are they slaves?
right.
Like actual slaves?
Laguna? What? I don't understand.
You and me both, buddy.
Laguna! Laguna! Laguna?
So whatever they are, they see him for what he is, occupying the same metaphysical space as Laguna. You can see dreams. I don't.
It also appears to be the only word that they know. So
Time to go kick some ass. Yes! Right on.
I think the game needed more moments like this. I kind of think these moments are amazing. I think it's also possible that these Moombas met Laguna once. He taught them how to say his name, Like you teach a parrot to say your name.
Right.
And now that's the only word they know, and they just like repeating it.
I mean, that tracks with what we know of Laguna, right? He is exactly the kind of person that would.
Yes.
Was she supposed to have Quetzalcoatl? Oh no, yeah, because Shiva is.
Yeah, Shiva goes on Squall. Yeah.
Oh man, you can't mug any of these dudes.
Not yet.
Sad.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We'll get Squall back. He'll be back.
We don't know what happened to Irvin yet.
We don't know yet. He wasn't arrested with the others. Also, something I've noticed going to Zoom meetings the past month or so, you can see the gray hairs in my beard.
Oh yeah.
On Zoom.
Yeah.
It's a real, it's not.
I started noticing gray hairs in my beard about a year ago.
Yeah.
Should we be picking on prisoners so soon after getting transferred here? Just be quiet. Let me handle this. These guys are the prisoners. Lieutenant Biggs, Private Wedge. Biggs. Wedge?
These two.
Ah! So we meet again. Now we'll teach you the lesson we should have taught you earlier. You know, it might seem cowardly to fight unarmed prisoners, but I hope you appreciate our position. Hey, it's a dog-eat-dog. Oh, they're fully armed, sir. What? How? Ah, hell with it. Let's go, Wedge.
So one of the things... No, you go.
It'd be great if his answer was to immediately run out of the room.
I mean, they've already learned this lesson once. They probably should run out of the room.
I was demoted because of you. I'm only a lieutenant now. I'll get my revenge.
So one of the things that I will cop to here is that when you are a male with kind of a deep voice and you're doing a French accent that's angry, it kind of comes out German. Just a little, like all these guys are sounding a little bit like a little Schwarzenegger-y instead of, Parisian. I'm going for Parisian fascist, but ending up with a little bit of...
Biggs is from Alaska Lorraine, apparently.
Yeah.
Failed to draw, whatever that last one is. What is it?
Yeah.
God, haste is really good, though.
Haste is real good.
Haste is good in most Final Fantasy games, but it's really good in this one. A lot of the boss fights end up being sort of almost mathematical. You have to minimize their output, maximize yours, and you can double your number of turns with haste. You can halve their damage with things like shell.
You know, this playthrough, I keep coming back to the idea of a resource management game, and haste just kind of doubles your resources from one person. You know, if you want to draw twice as much, you can draw twice as much. If you want to hit twice as often, you can hit twice as often. Or you can do drawing and hitting instead of one or the other.
Yeah. And I don't think anybody can do it yet, but there is ways to junction to people's speed, which is bananas. If you junction haste to that, or any time spell like stop or slow to speed,
I mean, that's how this game is going to end, right? The final battle is going to be Squall with, Mug and haste junction to his speed stat, and he's just going to hit over and over and over again. No, why?
Poor Wedge.
Poor Wedge.
His voice acting rules.
Thank you. It's fun. I keep wishing he'd come back more. I think he comes back one more time. Later. Oh, Chris, we never talked about the dancers in the parade.
Right.
I feel like I have to take a moment to talk about the dancers in the parade. How much time we have? About 8 minutes.
The ones with the like
the vinyl and
the plastic.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. They're not like.
It's vinyl tassels, is what I think.
Yeah.
Is what they're going for.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this like, is this a troupe of dancers that's in Galbadia and they're very artsy, and the idea is that Galbadia is France and so they're Cirque du Soleil and the sorceress just paid them to be her dancers for the evening, right? So that's one possibility.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, why does their makeup fit her aesthetic, right? Because she's got those big purple balloons in the air celebrating her ascension, right? Those are for her, right? And we'll see later that she's kind of got this purple horn theme. So did she are they brainwashed? Is she mentally controlling them the way she's controlling the crowd?
I think it's just like a Cirque du Soleil deal, right? Because those guys are like really good making like costumes, set designs and stuff. Like they probably, they get a big government contract.
Yeah.
And they made like custom designed everything for that.
And they had a sit down interview with the sorceress to talk about what her color palette is.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's certainly one explanation.
That's all you got.
But when we get to the end of the game, they kind of match the end battle, right? I mean, these guys are really sorceress themed dancers. So now the question is there a sorceress like some other country where the sorceresses are and they have an arts community and she brought them in from sorceress land?
This is it's not where I thought you were going to go with this.
No.
I guess.
Do you have any idea? I don't understand.
Laguna.
Okay, so that really just is the only word they know.
Sort of.
Laguna.
Okay. So that wasn't for Squall. These guys don't see dreams. They're just like...
Let's just go after them.
They're just nuts. They don't...
They don't see dreams. You give me guff about my dancer theories. Those tiny creatures can see dreams. No, I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so good.
The anti-magic field will be lifted. Shh, the security alarm.
Oh boy, so you're going up or down?
I don't know. Right? I don't know. I actually screwed up this section of the game. I missed a magazine in playing this.
Oh.
I know, it was one of Zell's Limit Break magazines, so there's one combo that I don't know.
Yo, I found the seeds.
Yep. I found the seeds. Famous last words.
Famous last words.
God, man. Being able to one-shot these guys is it's a big deal.
Fun? Yeah. It's fun. Ooh, mid-magic refined. A little Fyra, anybody? I mean, Chris, did they have a parade dance? Who was the choreographer on this? Is there a Galbadian, like, and let's be honest, a lot of the moves they were doing were ripped straight from Michael Jackson videos. Is there a Galbadian Michael Jackson?
I mean, there must be, right?
I guess so. Did she go to him and say, look, I'm having a parade and I want street dancers, but can you make them psychotic? No, never mind. I'll bring the psychosis myself. Oh, Christ.
I don't know what you're talking about. I thought it was pretty baller.
It is not baller.
It can be both.
It can be both.
So every floor is just 2 screens, right?
Yeah, 2 screens, 2 doors.
Well, there's probably a lot of floors, huh?
It's like 11.
Okay. We started on 7. Yeah, up was probably the right idea, right? Maybe.
Yeah.
You don't sound.
Well, I mean, unless you want to get the magazine, which I missed. You have to go down to get that. This is another fun animation guy.
Yeah, he reminds me of the Jax from Tekken.
From Tekken, yeah.
Big old head.
It's interesting because we've seen robots from Esthar, and they're mostly like elegant, like bendy, like flexible robots.
Yeah, and this thing is like
it's kind of
steam powered.
Yeah, yeah. It's like the Galbadians got some of the technology from Esthar, but didn't quite master it.
Imagine who's living in that cell, which is a berserk draw point sitting there. Just getting pissed all the time. I'm so mad about this food that I'm getting. I mean, more than I would be normally. I like how you have ambushed them and they're like,
yeah,
you're away from us. Dude, you're not even going to see me.
Well, we're going to take some of your magic first. Oh, 20 damage. That's so cute.
Okay, just gets her closer to her limit break.
You wouldn't like selfie when she's angry.
Yes, that's right. I was stunned when she pulled off Meteor. I did not know that was the thing.
Yeah.
That's bananas.
Doesn't...
Everybody's limits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think Quistis there's a few of the blue magics are really abusable.
Oh, really? I never really used them that much.
Some of them are, you can inflict like multiple mass status effects with some of them.
Bad breath is one of them, right?
Yeah.
The Marlboro.
If you win this game, I'll add something special to that thing for you, but charge 300 gil per game.
Hell. Sure, I don't know where my battle meter is, but sure.
I don't know where it is or what it does, but I want some. This episode was already running long, and I was like kicking myself.
Listen, I'm in the middle of a jailbreak here, but I'll stop to play some Magic the Gathering.
God, they must play it all the time. In fact, it's probably their prison currency, right? Cigarettes and Tonberry cards. They can trade them with the guards for commissary tokens.
Yikes.
So a lot of stuff in the remaster that's on Steam.
Okay, a promise is a promise. Let me see that battle meter. Just move this part around, and there you go. Now you can look at even more detailed records.
Thanks, bud. One of the things that they definitely improves in the HD remaster is the cards. The cards are full HD graphics of the same creatures. Yeah.
He was still trying to figure out where the battle meter is.
I did figure it out because I looked it up online.
Did you press select or something? Is that right?
No, you have to go to tutorial info battle info. Okay. It's like four steps deep in the menu tree.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys. What are you doing? Okay, I think that's it for this video, which has gone on long enough and covered a lot of ground.
That's wide ranging.
Yeah.
This has been Podcast Chat.
Podcast Chat with Glenn and Chris.
A video chat about podcasts about jailbreaks and movies.
And occasionally video games.
Sometimes we talk about a Final Fantasy game.
Oh, God. All right, I want to thank everyone for joining us. I want to thank Chris for being here, and I hope you continue to join us next time as we bust this jail wide open. We'll see you next time.